welcome to another episode of Behind the Screen. I am your host, as usual, Jason Azevedo. Very excited to be live right now following our awesome premiere of last night's episode. So we had episode 4 last night on Twitch with Matthew Lillard and Nora Ibrahim, and it was awesome and wonderful. And then today we premiered on YouTube, and we do that. We premiere the VOD the next day for those that can't be there live to experience it in person. And we had like 70 viewers, which is really great for our premieres. They usually don't get as many as our live shows, but it was anyways super cool for all of you to be watching, and I hope you're here. I want to show off this Critical Role shirt that I got. Guys, guess where I got this? I was at the mall today, even on my broken foot, trying to fix the laptop because of some issues that we've been having with it. And Hot Topic has got Critical Role gear in Canada now. It was only in the States for a while. And so I got my Hot Topic Critical Role shirt, and I got another Mighty 9 shirt, which I'll be wearing at some point on a stream soon. So I was just super happy. I'm sure a lot of people, Sakura says that they've already got it, so that's great. All right, let me bring up some questions here, and I'll go through some announcements real quick, and then we'll get to it, folks. So excited from last night's session. Great session, tons of role play, hardly any combat. We've gone now 2 sessions without hardly any combat. The next one might be different depending on how the party conducts themselves at the Abbey. But we will obviously see. We will find out exactly what they're up to next time. They finally made it to the Abbey, which is the Abbey of St. Markovia here on the table. It's been there for 3 weeks since the first week they've actually been there. But we're really excited about it. Want to thank everyone for watching last night and making this channel all that it is. Thank you. It's so great, and it's a lot of fun to do what we do. This show, just so you know, is a kind of, it may have some spoilers for Into the Mist of the reason why we did things in past episodes. I won't be spoiling future episodes, but just keep that in mind if you're watching, as we do talk and answer questions about things that have happened in the most recent episode as well as in past episodes as well. And we also answer questions regarding anything that you have for anything that you have regarding RealmSmith, how we do what we do, production, other aspects of RealmSmith, the players, myself, anything like that. So I'm super excited to answer those. And then what we typically do is we go half hour of questions that I ask you, and then we'll go half hour of questions that you ask me, and that'll be we go half hour of questions that you ask me, and then we'll go half hour of questions that I ask you because I want to get feedback from the community. And we had a little bit, first off, I'll say, we had a little bit of a cameo from one of our Discord camps. Right now, our Discord community are playing as Vistani in the land of Borovia. And last night, one of the members, Candlewick, I believe is her name, little gnome, wandered off into the woods in search of werewolves and found them. Met an unfortunate end, and then we featured him last night in he was the zombie gnome. So that zombie gnome that shambled out of the woods was actually one of our Discord community members who had perished. And it was a lot of fun. So, okay. Questions are starting to roll in. People are starting to view. It's awesome. Thank you and welcome. Here we go. There's a rollover question from MJ Cook. When layering the highlights from this is from last night, from Sunday night's Nolzer's tutorials. When layering the highlights, what can I do to soften the lines? There always seem to be obvious borders of each paint color. Good question. So yeah, that is a common issue with layering paints. The way that I do it is, the way that you get rid of the lines, a couple things. Lots of ways. The way that I do it is incremental highlights. So instead of going from, magic blue to electric blue, do a mix of electric blue and magic blue somewhere in the middle. So do magic blue on its own, and then mix some electric blue into the magic blue, and then do a little larger, smaller area, and then just the electric blue on its own in the smaller area. More incremental kind of gradient or more incremental mixes of those paints next to each other will allow those straight lines not to necessarily be there. Another way is multiple thin layers. So the more you layer your paint, the more kind of transparent it is when it goes on, and allows for a more consistent or subtle gradation. And then thirdly, another way to do it is actually to blend. So basically, like, you paint the first color and then paint the second color, and you blend it into the first one, and then you come back and you blend the second one into the first one. I don't usually do that a lot. I've never really found a reason to get to that level, but that's what some of the amazing mini painters do to get their desired effect. So, Q.O. Helith, welcome back. Any regrets for casting Bonfire on Adam's birthday cake? R.I.P. candles. That's good. So the reason that happened, let me explain to you why the candles met an unfortunate end before their time. The reason the candles met an unfortunate end before the time was because at the end of the interview, before Joel jumped in, Tuesday night yawns, folks. We know what it is. I'm up really late Monday nights, uploading the episode when it works. And so I'm up really late Monday nights. I'm kind of crashing after prep and all the weekend. Tuesday's kind of my, like, rejuvenation day, and I get kind of like some housekeeping things done with RealmSmith and sending out the VODs and stuff and the information to D&D so they can post the VODs. And so, yeah, I'm just beat on Tuesdays, and that's what it is. And this is just my relaxation time with you folks, which is why I keep yawning. It's not because I'm bored or I'm tired of y'all. I'm just tired in general. But it's okay. Yes, so what happened was Mel was standing outside with the cake in her hands, and then Joel started his thing, and then I had to take a bio break and let Bruno out for pee. And so by the time I came down, the candles were down to nothing. Oops. I think she perhaps lit them a little too soon, a little too early. And that's what happened there. And happy birthday to Adam. Question, what is more dangerous, fighting Strahd or breaking it to my wife that I just spent $400 on the Curse of Strahd Legendary box? Serious question. My serious answer is... That's an answer I can't give. It's a very serious question. It depends. Is your wife a dreadlord of one of the planes of existence? If she gets mad at you, does she turn you into a vampire spawn and then you serve her for eternity as her thrall? Then yes. I would imagine that is worse. But it's worth it, and it'll bring you much joy and happiness, and I'm glad that you did it. But just don't blame me. Finke 213 says, can the clerics of Camp Odo go put him to rest? Candlewick's wandering corpse. Great question, and that is a question for the elders, and they can sort that out with you. But I love that you're thinking that way. Now he's just kind of wandering off, so that'd be a great little side quest if your elders would like to allow you to do that. So fun. And just wait, folks. There's going to be lots more interaction and integration with the Discord and our stream. We're planning tons of that sort of thing for this coming season. We have had a few requests for a tour of your mini collection as well as your room setup. Would that be something you would be willing to do at some point on BTS? Guys, you want to do it now? There's only a few other questions, so we could do that right now. Let me just set up the mini cam, and I will give you guys a tour. You are getting a real behind the scenes. There's lots of mess and wires and things that you'll see in the studio. So you asked for it. I am opening up the curtain removing the veil so that you can see what's going on. I'll be right back. Well, actually, can I do it from my phone? I wonder if I can do it from my phone. Let's see if we have that power. This is the mini cam. It's got a long cord. I don't like that it just said hello to me. Oh, software update. It's going to take a moment, folks. Maybe I'll answer another question just while I'm setting this up. When is the first mod quest adventure for the Vistani, and does it have something to do with the mysterious dangerous appearances of the missing elder in Discord? Ooh, good question from Writing Machine, and I can't answer that. But we had a plot meeting the other night with Julian and Josh, and we have lots of fun things in store for y'all in the near future on the Discord. But I will tell you that there is rhyme or method to our madness, and there is a rhyme and reason for some of the things that you've been facing so far in the Discord. And that's all I'll say. I don't know why this is taking a second. We have lots of time here, so maybe I'll continue to answer questions until this phone stops from updating and doing whatever it's doing. Ah, here we go. Not now. Set up later. Continue. Get started. Okay, here we go. Let's see if I can actually bring this up. I am going to have to go, I think, into the other room. Nope, not Zoom. That's not what I want. Here we go. Okay. Let's see. Maybe if the Abbey is still... Oh, it is there. Look at that, folks. It is already there. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and make it full screen so you guys can see. But this is the Abbey. You're getting a sneak peek right now. And I thought maybe if... Look at that. At some point, I can give you guys kind of a tour of the Dwarven Forge builds that we have. That'd be fun. Let me just see if I can... I'm going to go and I'm going to make that full screen for you. This is live on the fly, so I can give you folks a little bit of a look into the madness that is our studio. This is going to be a blast. It'll be so fun. All right. Let me just pop that up. All right, we got it. Crazy. All right, folks. You asked for it, and here it is. I'm going to give you a little bit of a gimpy walk around the studio. Keep in mind that my my leg is still broken. I will show you. My boot is there. This is behind my DM screen. This is, you can see, I'm watching Twitch right now. Got the chat here. I've got some minis here that I will be unleashing. You might have seen a spoiler or two on there. The custom DM screen that we have the tutorial of, and this is what I'm looking at during sessions when we're playing at the table. I also have my little messy DM cart with this. It's usually messier, I'll be honest. But right now we are... but I'll have these little trays that have minis in them. My monster cards and such, pens, things like that. Hope you guys are having fun watching this. This is cool. Good idea, Shad. All right, these are the weapons that we have in this rack. You guys have seen them on that one. There is just like a kind of what's it called? Halloween store special. These next three were donated to us by Todd, our late friend. But they were movie props, actually. I think they were used in... what was the movie called? It was like a Roman... Oh, man. Roman movie. But anyways, they are movie props. They look very real. But this, in fact... I can't use two hands to do this. So I'm going to try and set it down, but it's rubber. Watch this. That is a movie prop. Very well done. And we thank Todd for that. This is a Roman kind of spear with a plastic tip. And then this is a sword that we can pull out if I get around to there. This here's our camera. Ooh, this is our black dragon head from WizKids, who of course sent it our way. And then these are the facades that Joel and I built. They're hard to see on stream, but we got wood and they fold in half, so they're 4x8. We've considered making a video of how to build these, but that's just like a drywall compound in between. That was a gift from Melanie. Thank you for one of my birthdays. Okay, that's the DM. We'll go this way. We've got a fireplace here, which I plan to kind of work into the set a bit better than it is right now. But it's just like a fake fireplace that you guys kind of see on. And there's lots of things here. Look at the mess down here right now. This is where I toss everything. 2 dragons from WizKids, the spell stuff, all of the minis in case I need to grab minis. And then this is the shelf. This is the McGill 3D print statue that I have to paint that we created. It's huge and was donated by a wonderful printer here in a picture of us and Todd from Sentinels of the Storm. That is camera number 4, I believe. And then I'll show you guys kind of how I organize my minis here. So everything is in kind of like big bins, Rubbermaid kind of plastic bins. And right now, you can see one of them is backwards, but I have them all labeled. So it's like bandits, elves, and cultists, beasts, underdark, goblinoids, undead. And these all stick together, so I can just grab them because I know I'm going to need minis. You open it up, and then I've got them all organized. So I've got wizards, adventurers, weird adventurers, like different stuff. Aasimar in there. We've got turtles. And then these are townspeople. So we've got, that's a Reaper mini that I use often. That's the dancing girl from WizKids that we have in there. And then we have dwarves and so on. Archon, of course, who was recently added to the collection. And that is another one. So these is elves, kind of barbarians and bandits, frog, kind of what's what we're looking for. If we have like a bog or a swamp type creatures, we've got guards. So anyway, so that's how I do that, and then that's really easy to kind of pick up and go and use. Little shot of the table too. This is where this is Melanie's beverage bag that she left here. This is the custom part of the custom table that I built. Sorry, it's shaky, guys. Shaky cam time. But this is the and this is all of Mel's dice. Some of the dice that Joel uses, and that is the Abbey of St. Markovia. I hope I'm not getting anybody sick here. But I will give you a shot now of the mini collection, and this is just a portion of it. So up top, we got a lot of kind of doodads that we kind of toss in here. We've got all of our Vistani wagons. You can see the ships back there that we use. Up here, I've got terrain. So dungeon dressings, kind of farmstead sort of stuff. Caverns. This is a new caverns from Dwarven Forge that I just added and put in there. And then I've got, this is really behind the screen, folks. This is some of the winter terrain that I built in that tutorial. Looks a bit like a birthday cake, some people told me. And then here are the other minis. I don't know why they're behind there. Don't know why that happened. Oh, because of the fan, I think. But anyways, this is all terrain. So I do the same thing with that. So I've got large humanoids, winged, large beasts, oozes and insects. And I've got the cemetery, town items, and large furniture. There's a lot of like papercraft stuff in here. Oh, Tam Good. Looks familiar. That's the organ that the goods sent us. And there is another kind of town thing behind there. That is a laundry room in the back. And then we've got a bunch of Dwarven Forge stuff. This is miscellaneous town stuff that I have to still kind of organize. These are very common for us. So we have the furniture, little packs I can just grab. I know that that's larger kind of furniture. Tables, bars, things like that. We've got all of the spell templates, which we were looking for last night, but I couldn't get to. The underwater kraken. So this is underwater kraken, boats. We've got docks in there. Dragons in the bottom. That's all full of dragons. I think we have 2 buckets of... These are all the giants. All different kinds. And this is all a lot of the unpainted Dwarven stuff. Dwarven Forge stuff that I have. This is an awesome little piece, actually, that Brandon Perkins built. A rock wall. Hopefully it's... I know this is super shaky, folks. This is grassroots stuff. I'll tell you. I'm just destroying the Abbey of St. Markovia, too. Trying to get this moved so you can see what's going on. So then we have more Dwarven Forge in there. We've got all the tents that I built. These are the tents. I didn't do a tutorial for them because I just kind of wanted to do something for me, but that was from the Vistani camp that we used for Madame Eva's camp. And then we have big bins down here of Dwarven Forge. So that is dungeons. The other one is the woods. And then we have caverns and such. And then the bottom, more Dwarven Forge bins. So it's just, and this is just random stuff that we have. Now you're going to get to see the stuff I never want anybody to see. We've got a fan. This is the ugly side of our studio. We've got all the announcements kind of listed there. We've got the monitor. This is the monitor that we watch everything from. There are some things on the ground that need to be cleaned up. Yeah, some weapons in the corner. That is our studio, folks. That is kind of how it all works. And again, this is just part of the mini collection, but you can get the understanding of how many minis. And this isn't even all the unpainted stuff. I have boxes and boxes and boxes of unpainted miniatures, which is insanity, I know. I'm going to leave this on the Abbey of St. Markovia for a second while I switch back cameras, just so you guys can kind of get the feel for the magnitude of that Dwarven Forge set. All right, hope you guys enjoyed the tour. That was fun. Oh, geez, just breaking stuff. It's hard to get around with a broken ankle in this big boot. All right. Don't know if the questions. That was a lot of shaky cam. I'm sorry. It's hard to do that. But yeah. But I know you guys have been asking for a behind-the-scenes look into kind of what we do, so just wanted to give you a bit of that. I've been wanting to do that, so Shad, I know you say I'm going to hate you for it. I'm not. I actually love it. I love it. Thanks for suggesting that. Okay, we're back to questions. I'm sure you guys have questions about our studio now. And you saw the ugly side, the side that I tell guys at the table not to point the minicam at, because we don't want that on camera. So, all right. Question from Herviticus. Do you have a plan for where the party needs to be for the season finale? If they are moving slower, will that change the endpoint? So yes. So I have an idea of where I want them to be, but I have to maintain and remain flexible. That is important because if they don't get there fast enough, I kind of know what their pace is in general. So even if we don't get somewhere we need to in an episode, then I will take something else out and remove it for future episodes to make sure that we kind of get to where we need to get to, if that makes sense. And sometimes what they do during the season kind of changes the trajectory of where they're going to go. So it's very fluid in that way. Hope that answered the question. Jesse the Druid asks, is there any moments or NPCs you have added yourself to give the story your own twist on it? Yes. I can't think of any off the top of my head for Curse of Strahd. There are definitely NPCs that I flesh out more than are in the book, but I can't remember if there's any right now off the top of my head that I've added of my own creation. In Tides of Wildmount, tons, because it's all homebrew based on the guide to Wildmount. So, Tam Good's comment says, S. Good Kai painted the organ. I just do art pieces. Oh, but you guys sent it. So did S. Good Kai send you the organ? And then let me know. How much time do you spend on making a terrain map for a session? Good question. It really depends. Sometimes, like this build of the Abbey took a day at least in its entirety. And I mean, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours to build, put all the stuff inside. We've got all the props. Oh my goodness! All the minis, everything inside. It's all in there, and it took me a little while to do that. So sometimes if I have to build terrain, the Madame Eva stuff took me a while. It took me an evening to build those camps or those tents, and I just really prioritize. I think about how much I'm going to need it and how much I'll need it in the future and how much value there is. Comment. Lots of people said thank you for the tour. Wow, you're so very welcome. So very, very welcome. Moment you added the hag dream. Yes, good point. Thank you, Shad, for reminding me. So even though I haven't created NPCs, I'm adding tons of moments and I'm changing things so that people who are playing Curse of Strahd or who have played it, it's not going to be all the same stuff from the book. There are absolutely moments like the hag dream, like the visions Callie gets. What are some other things that I've added that aren't in the narrative? There's some things coming up next session that I've adjusted that aren't part of the canon. Yeah, there are absolutely moments and absolutely things that I've added on top. And yes, of course, Tam Good and S. Good Kai are married. I don't know why that didn't click when it happened because I knew that. Hilarious. I apologize. Jeez, I totally knew that. Mr. Carrot's question: How much of Vallaki did they end up burning down last session? Only part of the coffin shop, I'll say. People got to it fairly quickly, and it was a stone. It was a building with a stone floor in that room, so it wouldn't have spread too far. It would have just burnt those two cabins. Probably did some smoke damage in that shop, but for the most part, it didn't go too far. If they had done it at night, maybe worse. Question from how long did you take to handcraft your version of the Borovia map? Good question. I think I did it over 3 days in Incarnate, which is an incredible little software that I love making maps. We made maps for our boxes, for the modules in our boxes in them. I started on a Darktome map, official Darktome map for our Discord. Not official overall, but official for our Discord. But then the season ended, so I shifted to Borovia, and I'll finish it for next season. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I love that tool. But it took me probably like 3 days of 4 hours, so probably like 12 hours maybe in all to finish it. It was a lot of detail and a lot of fun. I love doing that kind of stuff. Which set piece from either season 1 or 2 of Into the Mist are you most proud of putting together? I think the Madame Eva's camp. And even though they didn't spend a lot of time there, it is a central moment in the story, which I tend to focus on. And building those little tents was so much fun. You guys can go back and see that. It's the episode, I think, with Madame Eva on the front of it in the screenshot. But the little tents light up, and they have flickering lights in them, so each one is like a tea light, electric tea light. So that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed building that. Tam Good says, we're married in real life and in the revelry, 32 years in real life. I was at your marriage in real life. Sorry, in revelry, not in real life. I wasn't there. That you're like, what? I was there when you guys got married in game, Tam Good. And I knew that you guys were married. Of course you're married. We talk about it all the time. So I apologize. I don't know why it didn't click. My head's tired, folks. It's all good. I know you understand. Jesse the Druid asks, are you going to eventually give the party a map or let them suffer? Well, they haven't looked for a map, but yes, they will get a map eventually. I'm trying to wait until we get the map from Beetle and Grimm to actually give them the in-game Devon Rue map. That's kind of the idea, but barring that timeliness and depending on when they go looking for a map or ask for a map or find a map, that is kind of the time frame that we're looking at. All right, we're halfway through, folks, and this is when I shift over to asking you folks some questions, getting your feedback on the game so far and all of that kind of stuff. And I do see one more question from Glock89. Were you taken aback by Adam and Dimitri's brief appearance at Burning Man? Oh, that's good. That's funny. No, because Dimitri's been on an interesting journey. In his backstory, which I believe is in his character sheet, and these are some spoilers for people who haven't watched season 1 or started to watch season 2, so tune out just for a sec. But Dimitri was a knight who fell out of favor, was cast out, and became a gladiator to fight for his freedom. And when he had organized the coup with his fellow gladiators, they were about to break out. He had the key in his hand to the gates to free his gladiator friends and was whisked away by the mists to Borovia. So, he was double-crossed by his order, his knightly order, questioning his faith, sent to Borovia just when he was going to do something wonderful, and just has had enough, I think. He snapped a little bit and decided to go Vengeance Paladin because, and a lot of people are questioning his alignment, and should he really have been that upset? Should he be burning people alive and innocent? Well, in his mind, he's not innocent. This person caused the deaths of many people, maybe hundreds, definitely dozens. So, in that state, he thinks that he's doing a good thing by, passing judgment on a person who's broken the law, according to Dimitri. And again, remember, folks, that lawful good doesn't mean the law of the land always. It means the law that they follow. So if he believes the law of Alun, which is where he's from, which is his god as well, is superior to the law of the land, he'll follow that. And, religious zealots in history have put people to death for much less. So it's interesting. It's an interesting twist. People didn't expect it. But I don't think we'll get Dark Dimitri all the time. Dark Mitri. I think that Dark Mitri will only show up, or Darth Mitri. Ooh. I think Darth Mitri will only show up when it calls for it, because then he turned around, took the coins, and gave it to Milivosh, who was also complicit in doing what they did, but decided that he needed it because he did it to serve his family. Yeah, that's kind of, it's interesting. It was a cool twist, and Tam Good just said it was a really nice twist, and it was very cool and interesting to see where that goes. And not to mention too, now people be like, whoa, we thought Dimitri was a goody-goody, he's just snapped. how is this gonna go with Darth Dimitri. Quite interesting indeed. Quite interesting indeed. They're saying, you guys are saying you can't see the player stories on D&D Beyond, so we cannot see any of that. Let me just take a look. So for those of you folks that are on computers, laptops, PCs, if you roll over the window in Twitch, you'll see the character sheets. I'm going to click through one of them and just see what can be seen here. View character sheet. If you click view character sheet, it'll take you to D&D Beyond where Dimitri is. And then if you go to look at that, you're right, there is no backstories. I didn't know that. I like that, actually, because then they take that out. Okay. I had no idea. Cool. I like that, actually. And I haven't told you anything that you guys didn't already know. Cool. I will not reference that anymore. That's very interesting. You can't see character notes and you can't see backstories. Very cool. Very cool that they made that decision. And that's good because then you can't... Then things that are revealed in the story, you don't already know. But I love it. Okay. As you are talking about backgrounds, you cannot see... Oh, sorry. That was from Shad. Question from our Raw Band. How do you prepare for a session? Ooh, that is a loaded question. I will answer that question, and then we'll go off onto some questions for you folks in the last 20 minutes or so. How do I prepare for a session? So Monday happens. I have a stream. Kind of it's a rush to stream time all weekend, prepping, writing. Rush to stream time, stream, go out with the guys, come back, download or upload the VOD. I usually do it the night before to make sure that it gets up, and then Tuesday morning kind of wake up, sleep in a little bit to kind of rest up, get up, and then send the VOD information to D&D Beyond. To D&D Twitch, and then kind of do some whatever housekeeping and administrative stuff I need to do for RealmSmith. Wednesday is date night. Is my date night with Melanie. So I'll work Tuesday all day, Wednesday all day on kind of business-related stuff. That's what my week looks like for RealmSmith. And then I'll have date night, and then Thursday is kind of when I start to ramp up prep for the next week. Now, in this case, I prepped the Abbey 3 weeks ago, so I didn't have a lot of prep this week. I was able to catch up on some other things, but now I'm going to start prepping ahead. So even though I have the Abbey set, I'm going to start prepping for the next thing after the Abbey, probably this week, and adding more details and digging a bit more in, switching some things based on what they've done. But typically, I'll start writing Thursday, Friday. Saturday, I try to take some time with my family if I have my kids. I have them 50% of the time, more than 50% of the time. And then I will spend some time with Mel if it's my weekend without kids. And then Sunday is when I start prepping the area. So if we have a new map, I will spend, most of the day Sunday prepping that, putting all that together. Then Sunday night, Nolzers, a break for Nolzers. After that, I'm typically up late Sunday night, just because if I were to go to bed, my brain's going about what's going to happen in the next kind of session. And Joel's just sending me a message, which is great. And then Monday morning, I wake up. I get some rest because I'm usually up late Sunday night. I'll sleep in a touch, and then when I get up Monday morning, that's when I start to try and refresh. Also, Sunday night after Nolzers is usually when I'll paint, and obviously now I'm painting all the Hero Forge minis. So as I paint the Hero Forge minis, I'll usually do that during the week. So that's my Thursday, Friday time. Especially now that I've prepped a lot of what's happening, I'll probably take some time this week to be painting some Hero Forge. especially because the laptop's going in for repairs tomorrow for 3 to 5 business days, and I'll be without a laptop, so I'll be able to do more painting this week. Yeah, so that's typically how it works. That Monday is kind of like last minute prep, anything that we have to do, set up the studio if there's any things we need to do, and review. And I'll just go over my notes in my head and on my laptop here, set up encounters in D&D Beyond, the combat tracker, and then go from there. So that's kind of how my week looks like. All right, questions for y'all, and we're having, I think, record viewership on BTS tonight, guys. Thank you so much. And yes, Precarious' comment is ritual sacrifice an hour prior to the stream. Forgot about that. There is a ritual sacrifice to Strahd to make sure that I do him proud. I'm kidding. That doesn't happen. Don't publicize that I said that, because that's not true. All right, question for you folks. I want to know what your most memorable moment of last night was. Watching the stream, those of you that were involved, or today's premiere on YouTube, what was your most memorable moment? Let me know. And yeah, is Twitch slow right now, guys? For everyone, or is it just for me? It's coming through pretty clear for me. Hopefully everybody's okay. Nora Schatzter says she was awesome last night. Nora breaking through the charm was pretty epic, right? And it makes sense. Like, someone who was charmed by her arch nemesis, the person who she wants to destroy, charmed her. She spent a whole 24 hours enthralled and charmed by him, thinking that he's an ally. To come out of that, the emotional distress that would be experienced would be unbearable. And she did an incredible job, as she always does. Deciding to revive the child or not was a really great little role-play interaction, wasn't it, in the Burgomaster's house? And me trying to play the Burgomaster as a father, understanding how important that is to him. They're good people, the Burgomasters, at heart, but they're kind of backed into a corner in a horrible place. What decisions do they make there? People said Nora was amazing last night. I'm wondering if the ritual sacrifice will work on Avre. So Avre is the D&D tool that we use in our Discord for rolls. It allows you to roll skill checks and all that stuff, and it's really been beating up our community on D&D Beyond. So they're always cursing Avre. I'm sorry, folks. It is Borovia. We just so you know, we just press that little Borovia toggle on Avre just so it feels like Borovia. No, I'm kidding. We didn't do that. But there should be, and I know it feels like that, but that's the story I'm going to start telling. Seeing my character back from the dead writing machine. Kind of. Back from undead. Undead. I don't know. Anyways, it was great. Writing machine. That was a lot of fun. Nora's been amazing all the way through, knocking it out of the park. Precarious says she has. I think Darth Dimitri was. I was just in shock. Sakura, right? I love the moments like that. Love those moments when you start to see a different side of somebody, even in like fiction or in movies or whatever. Nora's emotional acting, brilliant. Jossville says, yeah, not quite back to a writing machine for Candlewick, but undead for sure. Jesse the Druid, the party discussing if they should revive the child. Yeah, totally. Will Nora be able to be at the table in person for a game? Yes, as soon as the borders open up. I have been told that we will be shipping Nora to the table so she can play with us. It would be incredible. That is, or at a show in the future at some point. So we absolutely intend that as soon as the borders open between our two wonderful countries. Yeah, we wish she had been here too, Glock, for the so she could respond, so we could all respond in. I mean, it does feel like she's in the room. It's not as wonderful as her being in the room, but we have the audio coming through the room through really good, decent speakers, and so it does feel like, even though we are disconnected, it's not as bad as I thought it would be, actually, having Matt and Nora through that. Party member trying burning a man alive was pretty memorable. Yeah, I'd say so. I would say so. Muskoka with the shop owner. Yep. Nora's performance gave me the chills. Loved the saber-toothed tiger scene. That's X-Fit Kimmy. So much fun. Do you have a mini for the tiger? I do have a tiger mini, but we didn't have a set up. And X-Fit Timmy, I saw that you have X-Fit Kimmy. I saw that you have your Into the Mist. She was wearing her Into the Mist tank top. So you can check out, of course, as always, guys, we have merch that you can find below the Twitch window that you can click through to. It's not below the Twitch window. It should be. I don't know why our merch is gone. Maybe Joel can bring that back up. Or can I bring it back up? I don't know why. That makes me sad. Huh. I'm going to text Joel right now and tell him, Joel, the merch widget has disappeared from Twitch. There we go. All right. That's how we do things around here. This one is far, but the addiction to the meat pie, dream pies. Yes. So I'll tell you that Joel's, I mentioned this last week, but Joel's ability to role play something that would obviously potentially hurt his character straight through based on how I told him he should feel was awesome. Muskoka's intro was really great. Especially when he was like, "Oh, you're going to drink it?" When Strahd talked about drinking his blood. Or I think Esmeralda mentioned drinking, but he's like, "Oh, you're going to drink it?" This is so good. There's so many good moments in that premiere, and it's exploding on YouTube right now from a view perspective. I think it's got close to 80,000 views on our YouTube page right now, and yeah, people are just loving it. Mikey D says, "You guys and gals are just a great group and joy to watch for the kids. For the kids! For the kids!" Honestly, it's morning for River Nate. Welcome. Better late than never, for sure. You can go back and watch it on Twitch. Trying to get a pet for Vil, are we? And thank you, Nightbot, for posting our... Sidfar, actually, for posting our merch link. There's a merch link in the chat. Just seeing if there's any more moments. Rictavia waking up Callie was pretty funny. Yeah, it was good. Oh, Mel. And yes, by the way, the schedule still says Tides of Wildmount. I've been told that. I have promised that I would change it. I have not. But I am going to do it right now. Look at this. Real time Into the Mist. Boom. There we go. That should fix it. Hopefully. There it is. Awesome. Perfect. Waiting for my Revelry gear now. Should be here this week, I think, Mr. Carrot. Thank you for ordering some of the gear. And guys, all of this stuff, the bits that you spend on to upgrade your wagons, that you spent during the Revelry, the merch that you buy, just helps us to do this. Your subscriptions, thank you so much, guys. It means so much that you enjoy what we do so much that you're willing to support it is a huge honor and a blessing for us. So I just want to thank everybody for doing that. Callie, when she said she was done talking to Rictavio and was taking a nap. Oh, Mel with the attitude is so good. Her sass. Glock89 says, I just love how in the last 2 weeks, 2 of the party good guys have done something seemingly not good. I can see Roan smirking smugly as we speak. Borovia gets under your skin, folks. Everybody says it. You're changed. You don't come out the same way you went in. And this underlight is very daunting. Actually, this is probably better. With Borovia, you don't come out the same way you came in. I don't know why I did this mouth. What's this mouth I did? Came in. I'm bordering on movie. In a world called Borovia, one party will burn every building they cross. I hate Roan missed the stream last night. Would have loved to see his reaction to Dimitri. Right? That would have been great. Hello, Prometheus Bound. How are you, buddy? Daniel, good to have you, bud. Only took you half a season to fix Sakura. Get off my back, you Smith Guardians, you. Any updates on the gaming table build video tutorial? MJ Cook, that is a great question. It's not going to happen in the next 3 to 5 days, but I have to do it. I have to do it. I know I promised this like a long time ago. I promise things, guys. I get really excited about things, and then I say them before they happen. But I do need to post that at some point. That is something that has to happen. So I apologize. Thanks for your patience on that, guys. Question, will Rome be back next week? I hope so. I'm not sure. But we will have an update on that on Monday. The moment Jesse the Druid says, the moment the party killed a distant in the haunted house, their faces. Ha! Yes. I want an Into the Mist trailer now. What was that? It was like a Eddie Murphy laugh. I'm not sure what's happening tonight. There must be something in the air in here on Tuesdays. I don't know. I want an Into the Mist trailer now. Yeah, it's not like I'm busy or anything exactly, Sakura. Oh man. Cool. That's great. Thanks, folks, for all that feedback. I love hearing what you guys enjoy the most about our streams. We have such a great time doing this. Again, we couldn't do this without you, and we wouldn't want to. And it just means so much to us to have you all join us every week, week in, week out, and just want more. And you'll see that our growth has been pretty substantial in the last couple of weeks, or since the premiere. And I mean, I'm sure the Mercer effect has a lot to do with it, but I've seen tons of comments about, we came from Mercer and we stayed for Falfer. We came from Mercer and we stayed for whatever. Like, there's lots of reasons why people are now enjoying us for us and not necessarily just the guests that we have on. So it speaks a lot to the effort that we put in and to the wonderful people that we have around the table. So we thank you guys. You guys have a wonderful week. Take care of yourselves. Love each other. For those that are in your circles, your COVID-friendly circles, safe circles, hugs, cherish them as we're constantly reminded. And we will see you guys Thursday night for the Players Table with Joel Auger. And then we will see you on Sunday night for Nolzers. I've gotten some requests that we might consider for Nolzers. And then Monday night, folks, for episode 5 already. We're already on episode 5. So you guys have a good night. Take care. Morning Lord speed or Strahd speed based on what you follow. And we'll see you soon. Take care, guys.